Welcome to Spa. We're already watching as Oliver comes out the pit lane to start his outlap. We've got several cars coming out the pit lane. We've got Dan, and I believe that is Tice coming out the pit lane.
There's an Aston very far away.
That's Oliver on track, going towards Lake Holm.
I'm not even gonna make it to do 2 laps.
Yeah, he probably doesn't. As he goes through Lake Holm, through what is that corner called? I used to know what it was called. I remember Massa crashed there in 2017. It's not Massenet, is it? Is it Massenet? I thought that was the name of a corner at Monaco.
Okay,
I have no idea. I know Stavolo, Radiano Rouge, Lake Holm, Blanchimon, Pouan, and I can't be at the bus stop, and La Source, La Saucy, and that big ass chicane. Nothing good. Fabian doesn't crash this time, as I believe that was Aiden getting out of the way of him as he's on his outlap. But anyone forget to turn off their ERS on their lap. On board now, with the first person to set a time will be Oliver, as he's getting a very strange exit out the final corner to try and get as straight of an exit as he can. Out the final corner, he is the first person to start a lap. He is Oliver. Because it's Belgian people do mostly speak French. And turn 1, just about hitting the apex, very nice. He turns way too much on the exit though, and that will cost him some time on the exit of the corner. But as he comes up towards Rouge and Radion, he will have a good chance maybe to gain some time as he goes through the grass and lifts through there. So he's not going to have the best speed all the way down the. Why am I so? I keep forgetting the names of everything on this track. The Camel Straight. There we go. As Dan heads up towards Eau Rouge now, into Radion. Looks pretty planted through there. The car did get a little bit light, but he does seem like he didn't crash, so that's what's important. As into final corner, Fabian is the next person to start a lap, but we'll ride on board with Dan here, and off board with him. Getting into Lake Holm. What is his first sector time going to be? Is purple for now. We shall see if anyone can beat that time. 30.5 is the time to beat now in the first sector. So Fabian, we're going to look now as he comes down the straight. Ty starts his lap, so does Aiden. And the two Mercedes cars once again running close together, as they often do in qualifying, maybe to give each other a tow, I'm not sure, but let's head down the straight. Can Fabian beat Dan's first sector? I don't think he will. Oh, he does, yeah, 30.7, so he does beat Dan's first sector. What will Tice manage? A much faster first sector. By 0.8 of a second he gets the best first sector there, so as Aiden gets the purple first sector now. That's interesting, as he comes through here. On the exit curve, looking like a pretty decent lap here from Aiden so far. So as we come to Parkway, the first indicative time will be that of Oliver's. So as he comes into the bus stop chicane for the final 2 corners of the lap, out the corner he comes. He's going to enable the DRS now. Across the line, what's it going to be? It's a 1 minute 47.1. The benchmark time now is much better than this time from before. And oh, and who's that who spun out there? Aiden spins at Pouan, and rules and flags off. Rules and flags are off, so
change that for the race.
across line, Dan gets a 1:45.8 as
yeah, okay, so I'm gonna change that before the race.
So Aiden spun at Pouan, had to refine his car there because there's no rules and flags, which is unfortunate. But as they head down through the final chicane, Fabian.
Everyone, this is not a restart, but everyone in the race, when we enter the race, just try, I'll do grid editor.
And 1:44.7, the new provisional pole time.
So I can turn
rules and flags are off. 1:44.0 for Tice. That is a crushing pole lap there by 0.7 of a second over Fabian in second place. So already a very good lap from him. Ian now is the next person to set a time. What will he get in the final chicane now? He goes into third place with a 1:45.2. That's a very good lap from Ian now into third place in qualifying. He continues his career best season now. Not sure why Oliver's trying another lap here. He's just kind of going around. I'll make sure they don't.
Ja, zodat de regels en vlaggen...
So now Dylan is pitting and Aiden is about to start his lap.
Nu kan iedereen gewoon de bocht afsnijden zonder een penalty te krijgen. Dat is niet heel handig.
Aiden comes across the line to start a lap now. It took a long time to get on the pass, so he will be compromised into turn 1, but he has to purple first sector at the moment. Very nice turn 1 from him, very clean as he comes down the straight now into Eau Rouge and Radion. Some of the most iconic corners in motorsport. Wow, awful minimum speed through there in 7th gear, so not quite an optimal line through there, but down the main straight he's going to be a few seconds off the pace in the first sector. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Yeah, he's improving the first sector, but he's still way down on his best, on the best time of the session in the first sector alone. So Aiden not looking for a great lap here, but we'll see what he can manage as Sander now comes out for his out lap. Dylan is in the pit lane, ready still with Aiden.
Ja, maar kijk, nu kunnen we geen safety car krijgen.
Oh, and Aiden once again spins at Puan. He was improving, but he just keeps using too much of the curb, I believe, on the inside and just spinning out at Puan there. That's unfortunate for him, as Tice is now stopped on the track, trying to let Ian pass, who is now about to start. Oh, I think he's about to come into the pit lane. He hasn't got enough fuel to do another run, I don't think. As Dan is now on a lap, I think. Oh, is he? He is. He's 500 down the first sector, but he still has a long way in the lap to go. And is he, on my screen, almost crashed into the wall there, but I think that was just a bug on the screen. But as he comes through now, pretty good through there, through the Les Combes chicane, down the hill. Turning and braking is very difficult. He goes very wide through the corner, but he will have a nice straight line on the exit to get some good momentum through to the next corner. No name corner, which has now got a name, but I don't know the name of it. Down the straight, down the Maldonado Kinkray crash in 2014, and now into Puan, the left-hander, where Aiden has spun twice now in qualifying. There's a car on the inside. Is that Sander, his outlap, has spun round at Puan, so it's very strange. But with Dan, does he have enough fuel here to set a time? Can't actually see, but through here he's going to go. 600's down, so leaving a little bit more time. He's going to spin there for sure. Oh, wow, what a save. As that car got very light through the corner, he had to acquire some opposite lock to prevent his car from going into the barriers there, but Dan it is, not improving on his time. I think he might as well come into the pit. He hasn't got enough fuel for another run, so it would be just a waste of tyres to try another lap. But you could try another run on the set, I think, as Tice now on a lap, 10th down in the first sector, but still a long way to go in the lap as he goes across the curb and he spins around at Puan. That was very scary there for Tice. He almost crashed out of qualifying there, getting way too much on the curb on the inside to gain time. So Tice did that on purpose for fun, I guess. Oh my god. I see. So Tice has hit the wall at turn 4 and backed out of his lap by spinning at Puan there. Is this Dylan now about to get a lap in? He has not set a time yet. So Sander came out to do an out lap and then came back into the pit lane, and as we come now, Aiden's best time is 2 minute 29.9 because he has not been able to set a good time this session so far. Is he going to come into the pit lane? He is coming out onto the track now, so he is on an out lap as we watch. We're watching Dylan now as he heads down here. Provides a little bit of breakthrough there, nice rotation, keeps a decent minimum speed, better than most of the other cars in the session we've seen so far. I think we'll be looking for around about 5th place in the session here as he acquires the DRS down the straight. He gets a good line through here. He's had a pretty good lap so far, already a decent first sector, 30.9. That's better than some of the cars in front of him. It's better than Dan's first sector, so as he heads through here, he could even get into the top 4 here if he can hook a good lap together through this middle sector. Dylan turns and brakes through here. Nice, gets on the power quite nicely, gets on the exit curve using all of the track he can to get a nice lap. Looked pretty good through there, but very wide on the exit curve, almost hitting the wall there, using all the track he can to gain time as he comes through Puan now. Will he spin like Aiden has? Does use the curb, and he does spin out, and that corner has been absolutely treacherous in qualifying. Another spin at Puan. Last time it was Aiden, and now it's Dylan who will get caught out on the curb. And he's stuck on the sausage car, he's stuck on the grass, in the middle of the track. I don't think that will cause any problems, but he needs to reset to track. He needs to go on the pause menu and reset to track, or he won't be able to get off of the curb there.
Reset to track.
He needs to reset to track. as he now resets the track and eventually will get going again. So he was stuck for quite a while there in qualifying, as Dan is on an outlap, so too is Oliver and Sander as well, who has still not set a time this session, but it is Tyson provisional pole from Fabian in second as it stands, who is still in the garage. He likes to waste a lot of time in the session. He doesn't like to give himself that many runs and just save a set of tyres for the race. Tyson also in the pit lane.
I was not expecting that.
And Dan was there. Now Dylan has just got on the grass again. He has absolutely ruined this lap and his set of tyres, I think. Will not have... they would have supposed to have seen better days at this point, but Sander it is now coming through Puan on his outlap. Anyone on a lap at the moment? Dan is coming onto one now, I believe. As Aiden now is on a lap, I believe, is he? He is using ERS, so we'll see what he does through here. As he comes down the straight, he's going to be a little bit down, I think, on his best sector time, but he just needs to set a lap at this point. He is 7 tenths up in the first sector. It's about a similar time to Dylan's first sector here. So he looks pretty good here so far from Aiden. He's looking at the corners. He's been very good, very clean in the corners. His turning is very smooth, I've noticed in his qualifying. As he goes through here now, turning and brakes a lot. He get a nice rotation in the car, really responding how he wants to. The Ferrari has been very good, of course, this season, but all the cars are the same. As he heads down towards Puan. Turning into the left-hander now. He's being very careful not to spin, and that is what he needs to be doing at this point. As he comes through the corner, he does get a nice Puan. Did get off the power in the exit though, which will compromise his speed going down into the chicane. But using the curbs a lot is seeming to be his biggest problem so far, with stability in the car. But it looks like he's hooking up a lap pretty well so far as he comes through the corner now. Getting over, hasn't it? He's a purple middle sector from Aiden apparently. That's pretty good through there as he comes through into the final chicane. What's it gonna be for Aiden? Will he get his car on the front 2 rows of the grid maybe on this lap? Looks like a pretty good smooth lap so far from him as he comes through now into the final chicane to finish a lap. What's it gonna be for Aiden? What is his lap time as he comes through the corner now? 143, 144, 45. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be 5th place? No, not just about missing out on 5th place. It's 6th for Aiden as it right now. He stays where in 6th place, but with a decent time of a 147.4, 3 tenths behind Oliver in front of him. But Dylan, that's it. Dan is almost 7 tenths up in the middle sector so far on this lap. It's looking pretty good. As he comes into the final chicane now, what's it going to be for Dan? Looks like it could be a front row start maybe for him, but he needs to beat Fabian's time. It's going to be a nice exit curve as well. What's it going to be across the line? 145.0, beats Ian's time into 3rd place by 2 tenths of a second, or sorry, a tenth and a half pretty much. As coming onto the track now, is that Tice? Yes it is, coming up to the racetrack as Fabian is also on his outlap with 4.5 minutes left in the session. And we see now in the final chicane, Oliver's 5 tenths down in the middle sector, but can he gain any time on this lap? I don't think he will. But he might. No, he doesn't gain any time, 2 tenths down on that lap. That's unfortunate for him. He should have backed out. As now across the line, what's Sander going to get as he crosses the line? It is 146.3, 1.1 seconds down on Ian's time, his teammate. So a decent lap there from Sander. He's ahead of the 2 cars behind him of Oliver and Aiden in this midfield battle, which has gotten very interesting in the last couple of races now. Fabian on his outlap is using a lot of the tyres here on his outlap. He always seems to do that. He always has very quick outlaps. Probably trying to get some momentum before his lap, but he does kill the tyres a little bit. There's Aiden now in the way. Aiden now moving across the track and making contact with Fabian. That was very clumsy there. As Fabian tried to go past on his outlap, Aiden just kind of wandered across the track into him there. That was very light contact though, so I think he'll get away with that, but very scary moment there as he almost made contact more severely.
Okay.
There's got
I was not aware of Oliver.
Dylan on an outlap. Has now got lots of cars together here going towards Puan as you got Aiden, I believe also has that Tice on the inside, letting, I believe that was Oliver past. So it was as he goes through Puan now. Is anyone on the lap at the moment? I don't think they are. Dan is saving his tyres now for maybe another run. Has he got enough time to come in and pit for new tyres at the end? I don't think there's any point doing that anyway. He's got pretty fresh tyres. There's Sander now coming around the lap. Oliver now has no ERS, so I don't know what he's trying to do.
Ty's gonna go past.
Oh, he almost crashed there at Stavolo, and he does crash. He hits the wall. And he keeps hitting the wall. I'm not sure what he's doing now. He's weaving in the straight and he crashes very hard into the bar as he goes. Is damage even on? It is on. He's lost the front wing there as he's crashed trying to weave, getting temperature in the tyres. He crashed out almost, going towards Blanchimon there. And There is debris on the track, and that might give a puncture to somebody as they go past, but I don't think anyone's got any damage from that so far. But that was very strange crash there, very similar to Grosjean at Baku in 2018 as you watch Dan now start his lap into turn 1. Brakes pretty well, gets on the power pretty early, you get nice exit, so Dan with a nice first corner already is on course to probably improve on his time, maybe get into the 144s on this session. So heading into the final corner, is Sander going to try a lap? There's not enough time to come in and pit for new tyres at this point, so he's going to have to try a lap if he wants one, but he hasn't got that much ERS to do a lap here, so that'd be interesting. As Ian on and out lap towards the end of the session. Out the final corner, he's going to start a lap now is Sander, but we're going to watch Dan's lap as he goes through. It's 700s down in the first sector, but again, it's only the first sector. He can still improve on time, but he is a little bit up on Aiden's first sector of 2/10, which will be good for him. So Aiden's first sector has been his best sector so far in the session as he's in the pit lane and coming out now. There is not enough time to set a lap, so Aiden waited way too long. Aiden isn't going to be able to set a time as Tice has made a mistake. And Tice was 300s up in the first sector, once again ruins this lap at turn 4. He was purple in the first sector, as Fabian is now the only person who can improve on his time. He's 5/10 up in the middle sector. This could be a mighty lap from Fabian to put him on pole position through the final chicane at the bus stop. Gets a nice exit, gets on the power early, very straight exit as he comes down to the corner. It's a 1 minute 44.1, he just misses out by a 100th of a second over Tice. He misses out on pole position. That is tragic for him there, as he almost got pole, and that was his one chance to maybe get a pole position, but he can probably set another time here if he just pushes around for a lap, but I don't think he will. So Fabian it is on second place, so Tice still gets pole position despite ruining his lap. Fabian was so close. 600s up on his lap there, so 6/10 I should say. Is looking through. Ian is now on a lap. What can he manage on his lap? Can he beat Dan's lap of a 1:45.0? He's only a tenth and a half down on that lap, and he's only set 1 lap so far in the session, so we'll see what he can do. As I believe Sander is on a lap, and Dan has now crashed at Blanchimont very heavily. We're going to watch from Sander's on board what happened to him. Sander is 1.1 seconds down on his lap, so I don't think he's going to improve from 5th place. There is Dan. Ian has lost some time in the first sector, but again, it's a long lap, so it's very possible for him to gain some more time this lap. He's now currently 2/10 up on this lap on the Delta, so as he comes through into Puan now, what's he going to be? He's nice on the corner, stays pretty wide, goes throttle application through here, going into this long sweeping S-bend now. Just missing out on the apex, but he will get a nice line. Still a decent lap so far though from Ian. Ian is a tenth and a half up on his lap, and that is enough at this point to beat Dan's time if he can get a nice final sector and through the bus stop. This is all down to this final braking zone for Ian here to get onto the 3rd position in qualifying. He's still in the 2nd row of the grid, but he will maybe even be able to get onto the front row. I doubt it at this point, but we'll see how good his final corner is now. He brakes very late, and that is, it's alright. He's going to get into the corner. He does hit the apex, and he hits the 2nd apex. Gets him back very early there, almost spinning at the final corner. And on the final, he does get ahead though by 6/1000ths of a second over Dan, and gets into 3rd place in qualifying. That was incredibly close between the two of them there. Aiden is now on the lap. He's 6/1000ths up in the middle sector, so sorry, in the first sector. What's he going to manage in the middle sector? He's 0.28 up in the middle sector there. What's he going to manage? He's coming up on Dylan. Can he get Dylan's lap? Can he beat it? That's the important thing here now as he comes into the final chicane one more time. Into the bus stop.
He's gonna go into the 143s if he keeps this up.
Across the line, what's it going to be for him? It's a 140.
143.7. Max, you're a little bit late if you still want to race.
And Tice gets the.
But we're gonna have to crash anyways in the race. So Max, if you want to join, then feel free to.
So it's Tice on pole position with 143.7 from Fabian in 2nd, 4/10ths down on his lap.
Start weer in het midden.
EA Sport is in the gay.
For real.
Ja, gisteren start ik 6e, maar toen waren we ook met 1 meer.
Max, you will be starting last though, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
It's Belgium.
Yeah, pretty good Spa, aren't you, Max?
Anything can happen.
I'm alright.
Yeah, and this you probably get into the podium if you didn't crash.
Are you racing?
Me? I'm a commentator.
Let's do